you. At the same time, you felt coldness on your neck. The lips covering your eyes move away towards your cheek. Coldness made you uncomfortable and reach out to touch the things. Its chain. You lower your head and saw a diamond pendant. This. You raised your head and looked in his deep eyes. Do you like it? He kissed your forehead and complained. I especially picked it for you and rushed in order to see you. He leaned on your shoulder, your brows frowned. What are you doing? Your body moved, but his low whispers made your body froze. I haven't slept for days, don't move. His hands encircled around your waist and he rubbed his face on your neck. Is he going to sleep here in the small independent space? You were pressed against the wall and man, the air filled with his masculine aura. Your mind suddenly drifted to the phone call last night you made. You couldn't help but move your head down to smell his shirt. There is no extra scent, you could smell it. You didn't believe it and sniffed again. There must be some mixed perfume if they did something last night. That girl answered call for him while he was taking bath. That means they should be in the same room and did something spice. But it's only his scent that's smelling. Did he change his clothes? As you were thinking, the low laugh come from your neck. What are you smelling? You looked into his eyes. There is a mischievous smile on his lips. Do you know what you look like? Look alike, like a wife who wants to catch a thief. Your brows furrowed. Do you really did something like that? You looked into his dark eyes. Are you trying to tell me if you want to catch a traitor? Your words mean to test him since he didn't do anything wrong. He didn't know what you are actually trying to know. Is that so? Seeing him not saying anything, you smiled mockingly. You were anxious, watching his carefree expression. When he saw you like that, he didn't know what's wrong going on with him. Didn't you smell it, Indeed, you did, and there is nothing you could smell other than his scent. But the more you think about his cleanness, the more suspicious you became. In addition, you had already heard women's voice on his phone. Letting unknown women touch his things was not so him. The woman's voice was so delicate and soft, you finally realized the seriousness about this matter. 5 years had passed. You were no longer young. You had already stepped on gradual aging. But this man is different. He was in high spirits now, completely different from you, even he's older than you. Your eyes turned cold and pushed him. The lowered emotions on your body made him distance, and he felt something wrong. You were about to walk away from him, but he pulled you, hugged you from behind, and he leaned on your shoulder. You don't believe me? You slightly turned your face to look at him. What do I believe in? Don't you know that the more perfect you are, the more traceable you are? He narrowed his eyes. Who said that? You don't have to care. You went for a business trip? I don't think so. You scoffed and removed his hands from your waist to turn around. His brows frowned, seeing your mocking smile. Did he make you angry? But he felt happy, seeing that you were angry because he didn't appear in front of you for long. Was the advice that uncle gave really be useful? Are you worried about me? You saw him very calm and steady. He's not panicking. Even after catching the lie by you, what was that? Is he trying to hide something from you? What's the relationship between he and that woman? Ask him. Would he admit even after asking? Wouldn't you be asking for humiliation? You stood steps back. No, I don't care. He raised his brow. Then why are you angry with me? I'm not angry. You realized that he had a necklace on you, so you took it off and grabbed his hand to return the necklace to him. His brows became serious and grabbed your wrist. Because I didn't contact you, you're not satisfied, right? Or you don't like the things I give you. You try your best to suppress the angry in your heart. It's almost time to go back to work. Didn't you say that you didn't sleep for days? Go back to rest. As you were about to leave, he grabbed your hand and pulled you back to your place. Using some strength to grasp your waist, let go of me. He shook his head. What's going on? Explain clearly. Why are you so angry? Thought of him wrapping other women in his arms made you more angry and bitter in your heart, and you tried to push him of you but didn't succeed. Your anger rose and you gritted your teeth, smiling coldly. Do you usually treat other women like this? What do you mean? He frowned. I mean, you approached him, getting closer, and wiped his lips by your finger and looked into his dark orbs. When you were with other women, you were also this shameless. You learned it in 5 years. He would have thought that you were angry with him because he didn't contact you, but when he heard the words you spoke, he felt everything he did was wrong and mistake. Which sentence wasn't testing and mocking his feelings. He just didn't appear for a few days and you treat him like he's traitor. Something happened. Who cares, Jungkook? I didn't expect you to be this kind of person. After being with another woman, you came here to hug and kiss me. What the heck you are putting show in front of me? You just wanted to push him away, but this man tightened his grip. What's wrong? I suddenly went to abroad because I have an important contract to discuss overseas. The pair of cold eyes staring at him seemed not believing his words. Meeting was held overseas and we look after project. After that I went to pick gift for and rushed back overnight. You know the difference in time there, right? He leaned forward, showing his restless eyes. I am someone who can even give you my life to you. Do you suspect that I have other women? Why in your brain? How is it constructed? As he said, he bent down to hold you in his arms and hugged you. You're the only woman I want to spend my rest of life. I'm afraid that I will be obsessed. You didn't move or respond to his hug. After a while, he slowly stepped back and saw your blank expression. You still didn't want to believe me. You stared at him, then sneered. I don't know from where young Master John learned to speak so many nice words. I just don't know if he thinks before saying anything. He didn't know what to react. Is this woman really serious? He gave you space and now finding his mistake. You're really angry. Who do you sleep with last night? The words you spoken was direct and clear. He frowned deeply. Are you being unreasonable today? This woman was always be stupid, and you realized that you have nothing to do with him, and the words that you were speaking were indeed unreasonable, but you wanted to make a scene. What should you do? You were angry and hurt. But when you think of him spending night with another woman, it made you feel disgust, get lost. You cursed. His eyes darkened, but he could do nothing to this woman. He loved you, he is weak. He think of various possibilities that could make you angry. Did someone tell you something? He had nothing to do with anyone and he is not afraid to let you know. Who will say something to me, women? He said without hesitation and you raised your brow in surprise. You admit it. He snorted after confirming his guess. That woman is my friend's sister. She often visits to my grandpa's house From my mother's side. What do you mean? You narrowed your eyes. You have never heard him mentioned about his maternal grandparents. He grabbed your wrists, saying seriously, if someone, I mean that woman, said something to you, it's not fact. I have nothing to do with her. After a long silence, you scoffed. Why should I believe you? You are far from country and can you say whatever you want? It's really heartbreaking. You saw his expression changed into pain. His voice was low. You don't trust me at all. When did I ever trust you? The atmosphere fell into strange silence. About trust, you remembered years ago how he didn't even give you a chance to speak it for you, and you wanted to remind him that time how helpless you were. It has always been you who doubted me. Your tone became calm, like you are past the level of pain and it won't affect you anymore. Don't foolishly look after that woman, Jungkook. Not everyone is in your hands. I'm no longer that naive woman who lived in fear in order to survive in the Joan family and went to company just to mock by you in front of other employees. I don't know if you ever think about me, you just think highly of yourself. Yu Wyan died long ago. Haven't you seen through yet? I had suffered enough and I have survived. Let me live my life now. You have been always disgusted by my appearance in your life. That's why I left. Myself, how did you treat me that year? You would let me stand at the door in the rain and wait for you till I fainted. And you let me believe, and I would. What kind of mental state you have to think that I will get back with you after what had happened? It's okay, whatever past was, but you came to persuade now, and I did give you a chance. Then what did you do? I called you last night, and I just know that it was women who answered it. I don't want to know about it. You went to have meeting overseas and women came to your room and even answered your phone call. What was there to believe in? You pushed him as he heard all the words. Seriously, Kim Sarang has dignity. If you can't promise to give me happiness and security, then don't appear in front of me again. These words were cold and resolute. You left him behind and entered lounge. He realized that yesterday night's situation has completely ruined his plan to propose you to get married to him. He is verge of losing this woman again. Forever, he didn't know what to do. His face instantly turned livid and his hands that hung on his each sides clenched into fists. Life, why it's so hard to live without the person in your heart. It became tasteless and unreasonable to keep going. You just want to stay happy, but why it's so hard? You're just tired of dealing with him. If he can't solve this problem, then don't ever come to you. It's extremely headache. You had promised Rowoon to let him meet his dad soon. But guess what? You have to find the better excuse to explain it to Rowoon. After got off from work, you went downstairs with your purse and about to walk into parking lot, but saw Junghan there, probably waiting for you. This man didn't know how to give up, and it's getting harder for you to reject him. He is determined since long and somehow you felt like you need to give him chance, but you can't. So you act like you didn't see him and walked forward. Why? He chased after you and come front to block your way. Didn't I say that I will come to pick you up and we will pick Rovon together? Director Yoon probably remembered wrong. We didn't agree. He was stunned and then quickly recovered his smile. Fine, don't feel pressured. I just want to put a little bit effort. Well, then we have to drive there. You show him your car key His eyes move. Then will I have honor to take your car and go with you to pick up your wound? You're speechless. Why was you feeling a little tired? If I'm not mistaken, Director Yoon drove his car here. If you took my car, then what will you do with your car? So you should drive your own car. But I want to. You walked towards parking lot but stopped. The following steps also stopped and looked forward. Chung Han followed your gaze. The man leaning with his arms crossed against black car, a handsome face, expression was dark and his deep eyes looked unfathomable. Your lips moved, but you didn't say a word. Chung Han came to your side. You subconsciously looked at him, standing beside you. Whenever they met, the atmosphere was domineering enough. Didn't Jungkook left? After argument, you thought that he will be mad and will ignore you, but instead he's waiting for you here in the parking lot. You don't want me to come with you because of Jungkook, of course. No, you didn't know that Jungkook will be here. When you saw him at noon, his eyes were full of anger. You thought that he will go back to rest. This guy, did he not want to have rest till now? You felt headache and closed your eyes. There is silence for a moment, and it felt strange. His eyes seemed to casually glance over. The man leaning against the car moved and stood steadily. Come here. He called you. It made you shiver. It was obviously that the argument was intense at noon. But how could he recover his calmness in such a short period of time and even called you with calm tone? It was as if nothing had happened. You didn't move. For a minute he waited, but he lost his patience and walked towards you steadily, eyes focused on you only at this time, but you didn't know why. Whenever you looked at his this serious expression, you felt like his body reveling, killing intent with evil aura. You subconsciously bit your lower lips and knitted your brows a little. Jungkook totally ignored Jonghan while he walking in front of you and grabbed your hand, left hand. He was about to leave with you, but suddenly there is another force on your right hand. You turned back to look at your hand that was pulled by Jonghan. Jungkook, even you came to find her, you have to pay attention. Who came first, right? Jonghan had a smile on his lips, but the warmth in his eyes completely vanished. As he looked at Jungkook coldly, Jungkook hisses, not bothering to look at Jonghan, and tightened his grip around your hand. First come, he sneered, I waited for her here since at noon. Are you going to compete with me? Oh, Jonghan smiled. What a coincidence! I made appointments with Vine at noon. Why I didn't see you when we went out at noon? Could it be you have come here after I had lunch with her? Jonghan had a sly smile, his lips and your eyes widened in disbelief. You looked at Jonghan. You didn't expect that the gentle person like him would say something like that. To compete with other party, for a reason, you felt that Junghan's character was slowly changing. His words were clearly to provoke Jungkook. Jungkook sneered and looked at you with his dark eyes dangerously. You stayed unmoved as if you didn't feel the pressure of his aura. After a while, Jungkook raised his eyes to look at Jonghan. Looks like your skin is itching today.